What's up, boys? It is now almost a week after the FTX I went on, and I'm stuck in stop and go traffic. So now's the perfect time to be talking about this now that I have so much time to think. I was going into it really scared, not really knowing what's going on the agenda. Just kind of very apprehensive. I tried my very best this past years to prep for this. Just felt like a lot was riding on me to perform well. When I got there, you know, we all hung out the night before, double check our rucks, make sure everything was secure and everything on our kit was the way we wanted it to be. Yeah, first day started off strong with PT. I did really well, not as well as I wanted to, of course. I have a lot of things I need to still work on, but considering that was something I was really putting an effort into, I was really happy that it paid off. After that, we then had a ruck, and I have issues with rucks. I mean, if you go back to my the TISM maxing ruck or whatever video, how my back was killing me, I fiddle fucked around with my ruck so much, trying to make it fit better and better, and it did. But even then, I was quite literally and physically blinded by pain at about 1.5 miles into this ruck. And it wasn't due to my back being weak or anything, it's just the fact that the ruck was 5 inches too long. I just couldn't breathe, so I was leaning forward so it'd be off of my shoulders a little bit so I could breathe. So it was like everything just pulling on just this specific point in my lumbar spine. Either way, we rucked like the whole fucking time, basically, except for day 3 and 4. We did ruck on day 4, but that wasn't the whole day. So that was cool. Yeah, besides that first one where I got medically disqualified because I was on the floor, unable to move, that bullshit. The other rucks were perfectly fine. I was doing real peachy, I guess. Could have done better. Always can do better. We did all of that. Then we went to an OPLP that night. It got rated a bunch, you know. Props to everyone putting on the event. It was phenomenal. It was a lovely time. But that also then meant I think I slept about an hour the whole night. Second day was pretty cool. We rucked to a second location, did some more PT in the morning to warm us up, did a stretcher carry with like a bunch of rucks on it, and that was a blast. On top of all of that, then we get to the second location, set up camp, you know, and then boom, surprise, you're boxing an MMA fighter, a professional MMA fighter. It was like so cool. He was gassed because he had to spar with literally all of us, but you know, they gassed us too, so like we were really tired. By the time we went to go spar with him, so we'd give it everything we got, but it was still not, you know, actual bouts, and he wasn't getting, you know, super fatigued, you know, sparring with 15 dudes. Anyways, what a legend. Yeah, then that evening, we just did fire watch. Nothing really happened. So, slept a decent bit. Then day 3 rolled around. That was Friday. We ran, I think they called them lanes. Essentially, it was a whole bunch of workshops. So we were doing like some bushcrafting. We built a chapel. We built a chapel. We built a cross, and we built some icons, shelves, and we built a reading, essentially a podium, and then we cleared out this area for the chapel space. And then it was christened that evening. It was beautiful. Easily one of the highlights of the week for me. I just wish we had more time, because I know I could have done some really special stuff with what I was given. It just wasn't able to come to fruition due to the time constraint. We also learned medical. We ran a medium distance gun run, which was fun. Just some range shooting. Interesting elevation stuff going on. We also practiced deconstructing and testing our weapon systems. That was fun. There were a couple different weapon systems there at our disposal to try out for the first time. You know, it was the first time I'd even touched some of these guns. Like there was an AK, an AUG, and a 50 cal and an FAL, and so that was a blast. Oh, and we also went into a land nav workshop. And then after all of that, they gave us random coordinates. We had to plot them on the map, double check with everyone in our little squad, and then double check with everyone in the group that we all had the same coordinates for all the same points, which we did. Then we all got transport and dropped off in the middle of bumfuck nowhere to then go find our locations, our little pinpoints, to then get those caches that were stashed there. That was a lot of fun as well. Yeah, so that was we started the land nav at 12:30 that morning, Saturday morning. That took us until about 3, but as my group, the 3 of us, were on our way to the last location, we got picked up by a different squad because they collected ours, collected all of theirs, collected the other team already, who somehow managed to get lost, and then they all drove us back to HQ, and the people were split up between, you know, competitors, if you will, and you know, and the people a part of the group already, kind of a deal. So essentially, they were the ones telling us what to do all the time and on our ass about everything, because it was just, that was their role. It was a lot of fun. And we planned a night raid. So all of us got together, we planned everything up. You know, they pull up as we're mid-battle planning, right? And so we all dove into the bushes and shit, and they have night vision, so we had to like army crawl down a hill so they wouldn't see us, and it was a great time. And then we pulled up just before dawn, raided their camp, and that was a success. Then did battle buddy carries while maintaining contact. So that was, again, like, all of this is a new experience for me, so it's all very novel and enjoyable and fun, just to see how well I can do my first try at some of these things. Yeah, and then we rucked back from that location to where our vehicles were, the original, you know, the start of this whole thing. And I don't know how far that was, but it was really cool. I had a flag, so I had that waving. I just said, you know, fuck it. It's been a hell of a week. There's been so many ups and downs. I'm just gonna be praying, because I just want to make it through this ruck, because I don't know if I have the strength to. And so the entire, I think it was 4 miles of the ruck, going down and then up some hills and mountains and whatnot, and the whole time I was just praying, and it was one long continuous prayer. Yeah, so it went well. I passed the test. It was a good time, and then we went back to HQ and had burgers, and then I left early so I could get home. But anyways, that was the trip. It hit basically every single aspect of, you know, LARPing, if you want to call it that. It reminded me very much of an Appeal to Heaven's Ultimate LARPer event that he held. And that's kind of what I was basing my expectations on, just because I have no other frame of reference for it. But that's kind of what it was like. It was a good time. Good men. Made a whole lot of good friends. And definitely have come out of it better and feeling more determined to do better next year. Just a lot to process and think about. Still, I'd say the biggest thing I needed to work on was, obviously, I need to get better at the range. Just don't have that much experience there. But also I need to figure out my ruck, because rucking is so crucial, and rucking in elevation is so crucial. I need to get good at it. Something I definitely appreciated was being medically disqualified first day within 4 hours of starting, because I knew I had more in the tank, but I also knew that I have the spirit of a horse, and I would run myself into the ground till I died, if that meant that I knew I had any little bit of juice left. I'd squeeze it. And so it meant a lot to me that they cared enough to pull me for my health, before, knowing that I wouldn't do it myself, knowing I would never quit. They pulled me out of it so that I wouldn't cause lifelong damage to my spine or, anything of that sort. It was very touching. Love your tribe, love your family, love God. With every breath, praise Him. Be thankful for all of the gifts He's given you, both blessings and suffering. They are all gifts. In suffering, grow. And in times of joy, appreciate them and hold on to them. And do better than you did yesterday. Be a better man than you were yesterday. Get stronger in some way. Get better in some way. Fail at least 3 different times, so that you have 3 different things you can get better at tomorrow, and you have your options and you can pick and choose what you want to do. Love you guys. Goodbye.